Hello everyone, I'm back, and I wanted to talk about a few things that have been bothering me, and a few things that have been interesting to me. So most people know about the video of the 16-year-old black girl who was being flipped out of the chair in her classroom in a school in South Carolina, Spring Valley High School, and the officer, don't really know, I think Ben Fields, something like that, was recorded flipping her out of the seat. And it took me so much to watch the video because I like on Twitter and Tumblr, probably was on Instagram too, I heard like of it, but it took me a lot to watch the video because it just took a lot to, I can't really explain, it just took a lot for me to watch it. That stuff really gets to me. And so, and it's been happening back to back, assaults and murders back to back to back, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And then so I watch the video eventually, and I'm just like, this is horrible. We have kids in the classroom, they're watching this, and then we have a teacher just standing there, and I was like, he needs to go. The officer needs to be fired. The officer needs to be put in jail. Teacher needs to be fired. He doesn't need to be hired in any other school, anywhere else, anywhere around the country. So basically, then I hear some more stuff about one or two of the girls stood up for her. They were arrested. The boy who recorded it was arrested. I think it was recorded on 2 phones, but I think one of the boys was arrested. I'm not really sure. I just know for sure that this 16-year-old girl was flipped out of the chair by a grown man. That's what I know for sure. So then we have the teacher. I heard that he was like, well, she should have listened, something like that. But first of all, because they say that she was on her phone and she wasn't listening. First of all, if a student is on their phone, because I used to be a student, and this is just common sense, not just, this shouldn't just be known to students, this is just common sense. If a student is on their phone, they're not listening, it's just a phone, calm down, call the principal, call the parent guardian. You could have done that. Instead, we have an officer who has a history of putting his hands on people when he shouldn't, has a history of being aggressive. Even if he didn't have that history, an officer, really bring an officer into the classroom because she doesn't want to get off her phone. And then we have him trying to look big and bad in front of children. What? Like, it just made, that's what the teacher did, and he watched it happen. You are a grown man. That's what, see, some people were pissed at the fact that the students didn't do anything. But because the students probably wanted to stay alive, that's why they didn't try to do anything. Because, like I said, it was a girl who spoke up for her or whatever, who ended up being taken into custody, but she's out now. But if they would have actually gotten up and done something, it would have probably been dead kids. No, not even probably. It would have been dead kids in the classroom, like, because he would have killed them. So I don't put anything at all past him. So, and then we have the other day, a sheriff or whatever had the nerve to get on TV and say, oh, well, he has a black girlfriend he's been dating for a while. How does one have to do anything with the other? Are we playing this? Oh, like, what do people say? I'm not racist because I have a black friend. That's kind of that's equivalent to that. So we're going to play that like that has anything to do, like, it's going to take away the fact that a grown man came in there and flipped a child out of the chair. That doesn't, what does that do? It does nothing, so shut up. And then there was a script going around Tumblr, going around Twitter. It was like, this is a number to the school. There's a script, say this so we can get this man fired. Something has to be done. So I read the script and then I saw a video of the lady and she was reading off the script, and then some guy was basically like, answered the phone. He was like, some country guy. He was like, well, basically I would beat my child if he was on his phone or something like that. So she was like, so you're basically saying it was okay for that to happen? He goes, I'm just saying that I would beat my child if he was on his phone. She was getting nowhere with that conversation, so she just eventually hung up on him. And he wasn't letting her speak to his superiors. he was just, I will beat my child. Something like that happened. Basically, it should have happened, and I don't really care that it happened. So why are you calling me? So then this whole stuff, and then we had, of course, we have Raven-Symone say something disgraceful. It's nothing new. She's said disgraceful things before. And then we have people trying to, there's a petition now trying to get her off of The View, and people are signing the petition. She's not going anywhere. She's a clown. She's there because she's a clown, and she's bringing in views. So, I mean, yeah, she did irritate me, but then I'm like, she's a clown. She's not going to stop. So, racism is very, very, very unnecessary. It's very unnecessary. Very completely 100% unnecessary. It is not needed at all. It's one of the stupidest things. There are a lot of reasons to not like somebody. It could be based on what they've done, what they've said, but because of how they look, you automatically don't like them. You automatically want to be aggressive. You are automatically aggressive towards that person. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Like, some people say that humans are the smartest things on this planet, smartest organisms on this planet. Yet we have people killing people because of their skin color. Really, that doesn't sound very smart. It doesn't sound like we're so superior. We're, the human race. But yeah, they were the smartest organisms on the planet. We, the blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Really, more than half are retarded, do really stupid things. Then we have people commenting, like, going on Twitter saying she should have put up her phone, and all of this mess. And if this was your child, you would not be saying this. I refuse to believe that if this was your child, you wouldn't have a fit, and you wouldn't want to sue the person. You wouldn't want to do this. You wouldn't want to do that. It's ridiculous. And some of these people have children, don't want to step outside, don't want to put themselves in other people's shoes just because they're seeing, oh, she was a black girl, she wasn't listening. It's justified that he flipped her over, dragged her across, broke her arm, and then all these other injuries that she had. On top of that, this girl was going through a lot. On top of that, this girl had just lost her mother, and she's in foster care. So then we have all of that. Really, like, people, it's saddening, it's sickening, it's everything that's bad. It's ridiculous. I can't say ridiculous enough, because it is ridiculous. It's crazy. And I'm a person I'm a black person who is for the betterment of black people. I'm here for, I like to see all people do well, but because I know that black people have it harder and they're at a greater disadvantage, I get really excited. And when they do something, when they accomplish something, when they do something they wanted to do, when they're making changes, when they're making moves, I get really excited, and I root for those people, and I support those people, because I know they're at a greater disadvantage. So it really irritates me to see all of this happening. I don't want to get too much into this, because it's going to bring me down. See, that's why sometimes I have to exit out of Tumblr, and I have to exit out of Twitter, and I have to exit out of Instagram, because when something happens, there's a lot of talk about it, and it brings your mood down, especially when you feel like you can't do anything about that specific situation, but you really wish that you could. It takes a toll. Especially when you can relate, it takes a toll. And I'm not saying that you know, white people and people of other races can't be sympathetic to the situation because, like I was reading some comments, some of them were whatever, like, I wouldn't want my child going through this or whatever, but it hits harder when you can relate, when you can be empathetic. It hits way harder, and it really takes a toll, and it really gets deep inside your soul, and sometimes I just have to exit out of that stuff. So, you know, I'm going to try to come to you guys and talk to you and talk about, you know, just stuff sometimes, because my channel is not solely for reviews on shows. I like to do reviews on shows. Sometimes I like to escape reality, because when you're watching TV show for that 41-minute time slot, 30-minute, 20-minute, however long the show is, you don't have to think about what's going on with the world. You don't have to think about black girls being flipped out of chairs, black boys being shot dead in the street for no reason. You don't have to think about that for the 41 minutes. It's still in the back of your head, of course, because it gets to you so bad, but you get to, you know, and you get to be entertained by something that's not real, something that's fiction, or something that's reality, a reality show that's outrageous, that makes you laugh. You want to laugh. So, but then, you know, when the show's over, you have to be faced with all of this stuff. You have to be faced with, you know, racism and prejudice, and, you know, it's always going to be weighed down on your shoulders. Even if it's not physically you. I didn't physically get flipped out of the chair. I didn't physically get shot dead in the middle of the street in front of all my peers for no reason at all. I didn't physically get locked up for no reason. I wasn't beat to death in jail by officers for no reason. It wasn't done to me, but I still feel equally as torn down by the fact that it happened. And, you know, you try to, you know, try to let it go a little bit, because you have to live your life, and you have to, you know, do what you have to do to get by on a daily basis. You have to make sure that you stay happy. You have to make sure that you're healthy. But it's always going to weigh down on my shoulders and the shoulders of a lot of my peers and my neighbors and people across the country. It's going to weigh down you, whether you're if you can be late, it's going to weigh down on you. And if it has something to do with you, meaning as you part of a group of people, part of a subgroup, part of a group, it's going to weigh down. It's going to be heavy, and I've seen people cry when watching this stuff, and it really, I really get boiled. Like, I get hot. Like, it makes me really, 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 really angry. It makes, you know, but I have to make sure that I'm good. I have to make sure that the people I love are good, and it really saddens me. I can't, but, cause, you know, but, you know, I try not to base my opinions on people that I meet, or how I feel about people that I meet on a daily basis, because of things that are happening in the world with a specific group of people, or whatever. You know, I try to maintain the concept of, I'm going to judge you based off of what you say, what you do, how you treat me. I try to, but, you know, sometimes, you know, it can get a little hard sometimes. It can get a little hard, and, you know, we have children growing up today who are seeing this. We have children who are feeling inferior. We have, you know, the other day I watched an 8-year-old boy on a video walking down the street with his, granddad or dad or whatever, saying that he's scared that he's going to get shot for no reason. He's scared that he's going to die. An 8-year-old boy. Everything else, it really made me say, like, this is ridiculous. I have family, I have boys in my family, you know, but it's not just boys, it's girls too. Like this video just shows girls getting thrown, like Sandra Bland, other girls, and it's, yeah, so I want to try to end this video on a positive note, and I want you guys to stay beautiful, stay happy, you know, make sure you look after those who you love, who are closest to you. And even if you do, sometimes bad things happen, because we live in a world where not everybody shares the same values as you, apparently. But you know, that's what makes us unique, but it's also something that makes us one of the worst things to ever inhabit this earth is that not all of us share the same values, and some people's values are so extreme, whereas they can literally hurt someone, kill someone, and not feel like they've done anything wrong, not feel like it is their fault, feel like it's, again, let me just take a step back. But I'm gonna go and catch up on some more stuff. If you guys have any video ideas, please leave them down in the comments, and I will see you guys in my next video.